Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Well, we have lots to talk about, lots to discuss. So if you guys are not ready for it, then get ready for it. Smash the like button, show some love. We have the Valley drama to dive into, and it's just never ending with this group, this cast. Even when some of them we don't even know if they're a part of the cast. Like it just does not stop. But that's exactly why we're watching. So okay, here we go. Oh, and by the way, hot messy topics tomorrow, and then Gelsey is going to be doing. It's either on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll have to double check with her. But Love Island game, she's going to be covering that religiously for Up and Adam Channel 2. And then, of course, you guys know Anchor Watch is also going to be on Tuesday. So here we go. All right, guys. So I wanted to start with Lala Kent first. Apparently, she said she's rebranding away from her Give Them Lala brand. She feels like the Give Them Lala brand felt a little juvenile and represented a chapter in her life that no longer exists. So, as a part of her rebrand brand, she's dissolved two of her businesses, and her podcast is the next to be rebranded. So, the Refresh podcast will be relaunching on September 17th. I saw where some people were like, oh, well, if you rebrand, does that mean that the business failed? No. Like Jason and I totally just rebranded our CBD company, which I'm so excited to just like bring back to life because you don't know what you don't know until you learn that you didn't know it. And I didn't realize that we would have big box players that would want to be included in what we were doing with our CBD company. So when we originally named it Blow, they were like, okay, well, we would just need it under a different name. And that's why we rebranded as Seagrass. It's a lot more marketable. Sometimes you just have to make the switch, you have to make the change, and that's okay. And so if that's what she's doing and she no longer feels like this is a part of her and this is like where she's at in her life and she's explaining that and sharing that, it's not a bad thing. But okay. Anyways, moving on. So Danny and Nia Booko. He finally got her out of the valley. They have a new $1.3 million home and they're hosting a housewarming with the Valley cast. And this is going to be while filming season 3. Now, their new home is in Santa Clarita. They got it for about 1.3 million, and that was before the birth of their fourth child, their daughter Adelaide. And so the house is 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's about almost 3,000 square feet, 2,845. It has mountain views, has its own swimming pool. It seems like it's a pretty open floor plan. So this is everything that he wanted. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, well, like, look, you have a freaking house full. You have 4 children, 4 under 4. That is a fucking lot of kids. That's a lot of kids. So there's 6 of you. Now, if we add in animals, I can imagine. Like you can't have at that point less than a 5 bedroom unless you just want people to do bunk beds and stuff like that, which it's not like the most unheard of thing. Clearly, like we all know, I did bunk beds at one point with one of my siblings. You do what you have to do. The most important part is that you have a roof over your head. But if they can afford it, I agree with him. Why not go to Santa Clarita when you can still film the show? He can still do everything that he needs to do as far as like being a part of the industry. So can she. And you have a home that's big enough to fit your family. Like it all just makes sense to me. Because I saw where people were like, oh, well, why? Because you can't afford a $2-3 million home in the valley? Like, maybe they can't. That's not, how is that a diss? That's a massive amount of money for a home. It's not, it's not a diss to me. I look at it and I'm like, that if you think that's shade, shut the up. But that's my opinion. Moving on. Moving on. So Scheana also talked about the Valley versus Vanderpump Rules. She said that the Vanderpump Rules spinoff, filming that in a friend role felt a little bit easier because the drama was not centered on her. and she doesn't want to waste her personal story, especially like Brock Davies' affair while she was pregnant, when that content belongs on Vanderpump Rules. But now on Brittany Cartwright's new relationship in her life, Scheana said that she's really happy with where Brittany is in her life right now. She said she has her sparkle back, and Scheana saw it in her eyes, and she feels that Brittany deserves this phase. I love that. But when it comes to Michelle and Jesse, Scheana did say that their relationship is toxic. She said Michelle's been through a lot, and she can see the kind of person Jesse is, very smart and able to be charming, but also implying that there are some issues. So Scheana didn't want to say too much publicly because she doesn't want to be commenting before people hear directly from Michelle. Probably smart. But since we're talking about the Valley and Michelle, look who's filming right next to her. Jesse's girlfriend? Well, that's a little awkward, but okay. I mean, I'm surprised that Jesse's girlfriend is filming right next to her, but this is the home in Santa Clarita that I was telling you about. You can see Tom Schwartz in the back. You see Brittany. You see Michelle. You see Zach's boyfriend. You see the babies. You see everybody. But hold on. On top of that, people were like, don't worry, guys. Janet is filming. I don't think that we ever wondered if Janet was going to be filming. I feel like we always knew Janet was going to be filming. So let's just put that to bed. Last but not least,
a lot of my stress comes from lack of control. I can't control a situation. My anxiety, my anger starts to take over. Do you have any advice for that? Because that's probably my biggest one right now is my control issues. I have to have control. And when I don't, I lose it. And it's a problem.
And yeah, I mean, I think you're in good company there. Control is exactly what we crave when we have unpredictable circumstances. And there's two things that I'll say. One, you're never going to be able to control the outcome because there's other people involved, there's other situations, there's environmental factors. You don't get that control ever. Let it go. Good luck with that. It's really easy for me to say, oh, let it go. Yeah, sure. Okay, Beck. Yeah, just calm down. Sure. While you're at it. So stay heightened, stay recognizing that this is important. But instead of trying to control the outcome, control one step toward what you believe will be a healthy step in the direction of that outcome.
Okay. I'm just happy that people are giving him the best possible advice. I think that Jax is one of those people who he needs that advice. And at least he's being honest. He's like, I get angry. I have addiction issues. I'm an asshole. He's always been honest about it. It's just, it kind of seems like a cry out for help of like, how can you help me not be all of these things? I think you got to help yourself, bro. But smash the like button, show some love. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you later. Love you guys. Bye.